All right. 2JZ time, baby. You already know. First things first, let me change some clothes. All right, much better. Now, next up, let's go ahead and work on this 2J. Okay, so as we draw nearer to assembly phase, we're gonna start assembling the engine bay, or at least the little miscellaneous pieces, so we get all of this basically ready for the engine. So, with that being said, I've completely taken everything out of the car. Still got to take some more stuff out, but I've taken most of the stuff out of the car. I'm going sorting through every little thing, every little plastic piece, even the little small miscellaneous pieces like rubbers, everything. Everything's going to go in, or at least be cleaned up and put in accordingly. Eventually, I'm going to get around to painting this, but at least for right now, I can start putting what I can together. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Not to mention, this thing needs a serious wash. Okay, I am tired as hell, but the car is washed. So now, I went ahead and washed the miscellaneous pieces. They're drying now, and we'll see what we're gonna use and what we're not gonna use as time goes by. All right, now it's time to put our brake line brackets. I know everything's wet, but I'm just gonna show you anyways. You just stick it in here, see the thread? Stick it in, thread it in, get it to the position you want, leave it in, and then hook your line. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so they are in, locked, holding the brackets exactly how they should. Next up, we got these little holders. Basically, they're made to disperse heat. So if you notice, there's two holes there. This just slides right in between the two, and you just kind of push them in. There, that's in. Now the other one, just come over here, and it's the same, but different. So we got the brake lines done. We got our vents in. Now let's work on putting the cowl in once and for all. So cowl time. So right here, I got a brand new cowl. Simply just covers this whole surface area here. I'm gonna mock it up and then go ahead and put them in indefinitely. So if you look behind here, little clips go in the hole. Like I said, it's incredibly easy. All you do is just line them up, just press it in. You hear those clicks. All right, so just like that, cowl's in. Well, seems like Mother Nature's against us, but we got a cover, so I ain't stopping. So what's gonna happen now is we're gonna go ahead and get some more stuff. So we have here, right? This holds the radiator, right? We're gonna use a Chase Bay's aluminum radiator that's hidden. So this is the key component right here. You're gonna go ahead and drop this bad boy in just like this. Check me out. Slides right under these little areas here. Literally just, and that's it. It's locked in place. Let's do the other side. Once again, I have the other piece, and you come right over here, and BMW so kindly made it easy for me. That's in there like swimwear. That ain't going nowhere. It's ready to hold a rad. It's nice and stable. So those of you thinking, look, I'm pushing down, that shit ain't going nowhere. So next up, we're gonna drop this bad boy. So all this is just a little rubber grommet to hold this into place because it's kind of loose in there. That's all it's for. So yeah, let's go ahead and put it in. All right, pieces in. We are trucking away. We got a lot of this little stuff in. So one other thing I want to do is go ahead and put our missing pieces here. So this too, easy peasy. Literally just line straight up. And all you do is just literally push it in. Simple as that. It's on. Bam. It's in. Looking good. Looking good. So I went ahead and gave these two hood levers a birthday. Made it brand new again. Spread through with some black just so it could look fresh. That's all I really did there. So that way I could install that maybe today. So we could also install my hood. So as for my hood, so we're in the stables right now. And I have this hood. I literally started dusting it a little bit. Look how much dust it's been on this thing, man. It's been sitting for, I don't know, like 8 years in this one stable. But look at this. Look at this. Let's bring this thing back to life. All right, so we got our crusty and dusty hood. Let's give this thing a wash. Let's see if we can bring it back to life. But look at all this grime and dirt that's been on there for so many years. Let's go ahead and bring this thing back. So, after 8-9 years of sitting, paint looks pretty good if you ask me. Got a little bit of some rust underneath here. Remember, it's been sitting for 8 years in the stall, and literally a horse stable filled with dirt. But overall, the condition's really good besides that. Okay, now we got the hood done. Next up on the chopping block is intercooler and front support. Here we go. Got the front support bar sitting here. Not looking very good. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit this with some 320 sandpaper and then give this thing some paint. So just so you know, this front support bar literally goes right here. So I can't have the engine bay looking good with a shitty support bar. So we got to make this thing new again. So now I got my 320 sandpaper and now it's time to sit here and hate life. So I'll get back to you when it's done. All right, so I'm done hating my life. We're done sanding. Now, everything's nice and sanded. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and set this thing down somewhere, and then we're going to go ahead and spray it up. So first coat is done. I'm waiting for it to dry. I'm going to wait about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, and I'm going to hit it with an additional coat. So when you first go over it, it's not going to cover a lot. So you're going to have to come around again and spray it 2 more times, but that's kind of where we're at right now. Like I said, I'm trying to make it look brand new because I want this thing to be as picture perfect as I could possibly get it, bro. Farm built, baby. You already know. Second coat is on. Just gonna wait for this to dry. Mind you, it's flat. It's just not shiny. Remember, it's just on because it's wet. It still needs to dry. I want it to be flat on purpose. I want it to contrast a little bit with the engine bay. See how there's flat black, blue, and basically polished, you know, stuff like that. That's gonna be the theme for it. So it's, like I said, it's blue, black, and polished aluminum, chrome, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's wait for it to dry. And then the third coat. Boom, done. All right, so next on the list that I did, I went ahead and sanded all these intercooler brackets that go onto our front support. So those are looking good, or at least good enough, because remember, you're gonna see them, not really, they just need to be semi-gloss, not completely shiny. So now, next on the list, we get to do a little bit of 2J stuff. Nothing crazy though. So we have spark plug bolts. We're gonna go ahead and lace them on. I got excited to put one on to see how it looks. So you get the idea. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna start dropping them all in one by one and tighten them up, and then I'll get back to you. All right, end result, boom. We got them in. They look pretty good. They're not shiny, they're kind of flat. I may switch them up later on for something like dress-up bolts, but right now that looks pretty good. I kind of like them. I think it looks sick. I don't know. You guys tell me what you guys think. I think it looks pretty sick with the bolts. You can see them still, but they're not overly over the top where they're kind of stealing the shine of the valve cover. That's kind of why I like them. I don't want it to be overly shiny. Now everybody's kind of looking at the little twinkle in the valve cover rather than the valve cover itself, because that's my favorite part of this whole entire engine bay is the valve cover, and the polish and the whole engine. But anyways, yeah, so let's continue. So let's wait for that bracket or front brace to dry. And then remember the hood latches? Well, they're painted and on. So next up, intercooler. So like I said, intercooler is looking kind of crusty a little bit. So we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna kind of polish up the sides. We're gonna rinse it out the best we can, and then let's see what we can do with it. Let's see if we can bring it to life a little bit. So that way it's nice and shiny. So when we put everything in, everything's kind of polished. So got my intercooler on my lap. I got my sandpaper right here next to me. Time to wet sand this. All right, burn through all this. Went ahead and hit it with 600 wet. Looking pretty good. Next up, to get it even more fine, so we're going to hit it with 800. And then we're going to hit it again, possibly with 1200. And then we're going to hit it with polish. All right, so this is where we're at. I went ahead and hit it with some 1200. Give it a hand polish. It looks really good, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it once again a little later. Probably with some, with a machine to make life easy, because this has been a pain. Now, as for the front support, here we go, mocked up, ready to go. This thing is looking awesome. This thing is looking really good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits for this video. Essentially, a little recap of what we did. Took care of the front brace, our hood struts, all our miscellaneous plastics and rubbers. Went ahead and put our cowl, windshield wipers, and all our heat ducting or heat vents. So essentially, besides installing the intercooler, which I'm going to do at a later time, probably off camera, this thing is just about ready for the engine. Just got to make a little plastic or carbon fiber piece right here just to cover that up. But this thing is ready to go. Also, basically all that's left is to go ahead and paint this crusty and dusty brake booster. And basically we're ready to rock. So with that being said, like I always say, anybody could do this. I'm doing this in the middle of a farm, outside, with the weather and everything. You've seen it. I got rained on. This is very doable. You can do it. I can do it. Anybody can. It's hard, but it's not doable. So I really do hope that I'm motivating people to go ahead and pursue their dreams. This is one of mine. I always mention this in my videos because I want this to be very well known. This is a memories car built in my grandmother's name, which I am going to finish this car if it kills me. This is not only for my own enjoyment, but it's also for you guys to watch and for me to enjoy with my friends. My main goal is to go ahead and just enjoy this. If anything, more than anything, the thing I most hope people could take away from all this is that if you really stick your mind to it or really try, you can do it. It's always going to be hard. Things that are hard, obviously they don't come easy. The reason why they don't come easy is because it's worth it. All right? If it was all easy, anybody will do it and it won't be worth it. So, once again, this is a memories car built in my grandmother's name. I'm going to finish this car for my grandmother, for myself, for those people who, if you watch my first video, who stole from me. I want to come back harder than ever. I would like your support. Please come and help me, as in support, subscribe, like, comment, do that stuff. That's the best way you could possibly support and help. You know, you don't have to give me money. I just need your eyes. I need your eyes and I need your views. So once again, with that being said, I cannot appreciate you guys enough. You got no idea how much I appreciate you guys. Even though I might not say anything, I appreciate you guys more than you could possibly imagine. The people who I don't know and the people who I do know. I hope that I could turn around and, you know, inspire the next person to go ahead and do this as well. I'm just speaking from the heart a little bit, but yeah. Let me get out of my feelings already. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel. The build is going great. You know, it's finally coming along. The stars are aligning. So once again, like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe. I can't stress that one enough. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So with that being said, this is and forever will be Drive Miami. Peace.